back with another word from the Lord. So I want to start off with reading Psalm chapter 40 verse 1 and 2. Now I know I read this. This was a verse that the Lord gave me in another prophetic word. And I'm going to leave that word in the description box. I feel as if both of these tie together, but I was able to get more revelation concerning this from the Lord, okay? So it says, I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me, and heard my cry. He brought me up also out of an horrible pit, out of the miry clay, and set my feet upon a rock, and established my goings, okay? I'm reading from the King James Version. So we see by those verses, based on the first verse, we see that David was going through his pit experience, okay? And what did David say? David said that he waited patiently on the Lord. He was going through so much during this time. There was a lot of things during this time, during this point in David's life that was not clear. But even though he was going through all of this, David still decided that he would wait patiently on the Lord, which shows that he was exercising his faith in the Lord. He knew that the Lord would take him out of the pit. He didn't know when exactly he was going to come out of that pit, that dark pit experience. But he knew at some point the Lord was going to deliver him out of that situation, that dark pit situation that he was experiencing, okay? And the Lord is saying to many of you, he wants you to be patient and to wait on him in these times, okay? He is not going to fail you, just like how he took David out of the pit. He will take you out of the pit. Now we read in Psalms chapter 40 and verse 2, David then goes on to say that he brought me up also out of a horrible pit, out of the miry clay, and set my feet upon a rock, and established my goings. Eventually, because David exercised faith in the Lord, okay, he eventually came out of the pit, and the Lord established him. Now let's think about it. If he was not patient in waiting on the Lord and his timing to deliver him out of the pit, he would have not been established. If he gave up, he would have not been established, okay? And what the Lord is saying is that he is establishing many of you in this time. He is using the pit experience to establish you, okay, for the future. He is basically laying down the foundation for your future. Say amen. He is laying the foundation down for me, for my future. Yes. So some of you are looking at this pit experience. You're like, this is the worst thing I have ever went through. But what the Lord is saying is that we must be patient enough to wait on him. The pit experience is not to break you, but to make you, okay? And what the Lord was showing me was he used the pit experience in David's life to establish him. All of this was a part of his preparation to be king, okay? He had to go through certain things in order to take the throne as king, okay? He was being perfected. He had to learn some things before he reached king status, okay? And so many of you are going through that, okay? You are going through that. And right now you may not understand a lot of things, but you need to understand that God is setting you up for success. God is setting you up for success, okay? Just like David. He is directing and ordering your steps because he is setting you up for greatness. He is setting you up for great things. And for some of you watching right now, there are certain things that God is telling you to do while you are in this pit experience, and you are delaying what He is trying to do. Instead, you are looking at the pit experience in the wrong light, when God is saying, no, this isn't something bad like you think it is. This is something to help you. This is something that is helping to navigate you into your purpose, into greater and better things for your future. But if you're complaining, you have a negative attitude, you are not going to be able to see what He is trying to do in this time in your life. In this time, He wants us to obey Him and to follow His instructions, okay? So if He is telling you to step out in faith, you step out in faith. If He is telling you not to do something, don't do it. Do not lean unto your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge Him, so that He will direct your path. I pray that you were able to hear what the Lord is saying to you. He wants you to trust Him in this time and to just go with what He is doing in your life. Ask Him for clarity, ask Him for understanding if things are still not clear to you. And believe me, He will show you exactly what you need to see in order to be the person He has called you to be. Don't forget to like and share this video, and to also subscribe to this channel if you haven't. And just remember that God is faithful and He is true. Ooh, bye.